If you are buying XRP below 61 cents, you've got an amazing buy.
So no matter whether it is incumbents like Swift, Visa, MasterCard, or some of the newer networks like Ripple, Stellar, Celo.
But what we found with blockchain and digital assets is that in some ways, this is one of the fastest growing technologies we've seen in the last few years. On the right-hand side of the chart, you can see our adoption curve. This is just looking at how quickly certain assets are adopted by society. And you can see that blockchain and digital assets are being adopted faster than major revolutions before it, whether that's the internet or whether that's cell phones.
Because of their failures, Congress has voted to reverse incoherent regulation and establish new standards that will allow our economy to move deeper into the 21st century economy.
One of the things I find very interesting about what we've built in DeFi versus what we already have in TradFi, and that it kind of bugs me that in TradFi, when I do a trade,
For this range is 42.43 cents, and the high of our range is 74.75 cents. So we're literally pinballing less.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
If you got a baggie, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Bull listeners, shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, and buckle up, because the future's extra. Bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 2.26 trillion, down about 2.6% in the past 24. We got XRP currently right around 53 cents. Stellar XLM right around 9 cents. We got BTC right above 62K. Got ETH right around 24 hundo. We got Flare Networks right around 0.0148. Axelar 62 cents. XDC right around 0.028. Songbird 0067. Stronghold 0044. Jewel right around 0.046. We got Zahao right around 8 cents. Evernode right around 0.068. We got one from Ripple to pop things off. We're pleased to announce that Ripple has been named a platinum winner in the best cross-border payment platform by Juniper's Research Future Digital Awards for FinTech and Payments 2024. The platinum prize for best cross-border payment platform goes to Ripple Payments. All roads lead to the bridge. We got some breaking news coming out of Watcher Guru. Justin, Crypto.com receives a Wells notice from the SEC. And coming off of the news, Crypto.com still holding pretty strong here, dumping from about 0.08 cents to about currently right around 0.0756. We got Eleanor Terrett, new Crypto.com now doing what Consensus did earlier this year, preemptively suing the SEC in response to a Wells notice it received. The exchange says it's suing the SEC because it has unilaterally expanded its jurisdiction beyond statutory limits and established an unlawful rule that trades that nearly all crypto assets are security transactions, no matter how they're sold. We got Mr. Man XRP says there you have it. The UN confirms new payment networks such as Ripple and Stellar. Good finds. Smoke Dog United Nations confirm Ripple and Stellar's role in the new financial system.
All of the existing networks. And, this is kind of what it would look like. It's not a new system, but it connects existing systems. So no matter whether it is incumbents like Swift, Visa, MasterCard, or some of the newer networks like Ripple, Stellar, Celo, a payment should be able to go from one to another. So we see this happening in 3 phases. The first is account addressing. So this is a global directory that would allow you to address a payment in the same way you have an email address. The second is tokenized compliance, reducing or rather finding efficiencies in compliance to reduce the cost. And the third is real-time settlement of funds.
Watcher Guru, 10 trillion asset manager BlackRock says crypto is being adopted faster than the internet and mobile phones. The best is still yet to come.
Head of thematic investing at BlackRock, I really spend a lot of my time thinking about the future and some of the disruptive changes that are impacting the world and society and the economy and our portfolios around us. Oftentimes, this is about disruptive technologies. Oftentimes, it's about societal changes. But what we found with blockchain and digital assets is that in some ways, this is one of the fastest growing technologies we've seen in the last few years. On the right-hand side of the chart, you can see our adoption curve. This is just looking at how quickly certain assets are adopted by society. And you can see that blockchain and digital assets are being adopted faster than major revolutions before it, whether that's the internet or whether that's cell phones. And there's a couple of reasons for this. The first reason is just we're living in a more digital economy than ever before. If we're consuming things online, streaming videos, playing video games, buying digital content, it makes sense to have digitally native assets to conduct those transactions, particularly when there's secondly, and importantly, in a year like this year, where over half the world's population is voting for new leadership, not just the elections in the United States, in Mexico, in India, and the European Union, we're seeing more geopolitical risk than before, and in fact, declining trust in institutions, whether that's trust in government institutions for maintaining peace and order, whether that's trust in central banks in terms of keeping inflation under control. More distrust has exacerbated the need for a global monetary alternative. The third we're seeing is demographic changes, the rise of the millennial and Gen Z generation. Millennials, at least in the United States, are set to inherit trillions of dollars, are entering peak earnings years in their work, and are increasingly playing an important role in the economy. And millennials are very different from previous generations because we're the first generation to be digitally native, growing up with the internet, growing up with computers. We understand digital better than previous generations, and that means we're more likely to adopt digital currencies.
The greatest opportunity of multiple lifetimes, and we're outpacing other major technologies. We're about 10 to 15 years into this. We're about to hit the tipping point. Meanwhile, ISO 20022 deadline, but challenges remain. Banks across the globe are facing significant challenges in the adoption of Swift's ISO 20022 standard. The new transaction format requires an overhaul of many major banks' legacy systems functioning across fragmented external markets and internal IT infrastructure networks. Swift has given banks the deadline of November 2025 to ensure that all payment messages between banks, both for sending and receiving, are based on ISO 20022. As of August 2024, the current adoption rate of ISO stands at only 26.4%, a small increase from about 20% at the end of October 2023. We expect all major banks to meet the Swift milestone, but it'll be unrealistic to expect that all financial institutions globally will meet the Swift deadline. The use of ISO replaces the existing format known as message type or MT. It is planned that MT will be phased out from November 2025 when ISO 20022 becomes compulsory. Tom Emmer reminder, a CBDC would give an unelected bureaucrats in DC the ability to monitor and restrict Americans' individual purchases. Our Anti-CBDC Surveillance Act prevents this and defends against the ever-expanding government surveillance state.
These last 2 weeks have been historic for financial innovation in Congress. Adoption of SAB 121, the resolution by both chambers, and bipartisan passage of the Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act just yesterday shows that digital asset policy is no longer a back burner issue in Congress. It is now front and center, and we are just getting started. The policies we've recently debated and adopted are in response to an administration that has failed to provide the clarity and guidance the budding digital asset industry in the United States has been begging for. Because of their failures, Congress has voted to reverse incoherent regulation and establish new standards that will allow our economy to move deeper into the 21st century economy. Today, we continue these efforts to once again do what this administration has failed to do. And I am proud to have my legislation, the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act, on the floor for a vote.
The Axelar infinite security plus infinite scalability equals infinite possibilities. With Axelar Mobius Duo element stack, we're not thinking outside the box. We've thrown the box away. One connection, limitless possibilities. We got Zamin wallet reminder. Zamin 3.0 is packed with powerful new features. If you haven't updated yet, now is the time. Explore the latest features and improvements designed to provide the best wallet experience on the XRP Ledger Zamin Update 3.0. We got one from XRP Ledger Commons. Reminder, tomorrow night, join us for the XRPO community magazine launch event on Wednesday, October 9th. What's it all about? Grab the latest XRPL magazine comments, annual report, panel discussion with the XRP Ledger experts, network with blockchain pros, learn about the Aquarium residency program. Register now. We got Uphold, win 20K in XRP this month. Opt in today for your chance to win big. Claim your chance to win. Opt in now. We got one from Crypto Nobbler. HBO is set to reveal the real Satoshi Nakamoto in the next 24 hours. Everyone's focused on his true identity, but that's not the real issue. HBO is owned by the same people who control the price of BTC. Here's how they plan to manipulate the market. We got Crypto Eddie. When the XRPL UNLs vote on the Oracle solution, let's be sure that the ledger has the best Oracle in the space. DeFi is not ready for mass adoption without truly decentralized and secure oracles.
Well, instead of them being served by essentially an arbitrary amount of nodes per particular type of data, they all are served by every single one of our validators. So they use the stake weight of the blockchain in order to form prices or to attest a particular piece of data from Web 2 or Web 3.
Is that kind of enhancement in the security as it sounds? Does that come at a cost?
Yeah, it's more expensive. If you've got 100 nodes that need to go and get data, then versus 5, it obviously has a higher cost. But I kind of, one of the things I find very interesting about what we've built in DeFi versus what we already have in TradFi, and that it kind of bugs me that in TradFi, when I do a trade, I have a legal guarantee that the broker I use has to use best efforts to get me the right price. When I use DeFi, it would be nice to have a software guarantee that I'm not going to get unfairly liquidated. But that doesn't really exist. It's predominantly we have a heavily trusted system.
Yeah, Scepter LS, staking on Scepter LS is now open and will remain so until October 14th at 1200 UTC. Stake your Flare, Wrap Flare on Scepter LS, get corresponding amounts of S Flare in return, and use it across the Flare networks. You keep your current rewards and Flare drops while staking your S Flare. Flare networks, the monthly burn has been completed. Over 66 million Flare sent to the trash can. The 2.1 billion tokens we are burning account for 40% of the original token allocation for investors. Another one from Flare. Yet another epoch of rFlare rewards is live. New rFlare rewards available. SparkDex, Blaze Swap, Enos Global, and Kinetic Markets. Jump into the pools to start earning yours. Here are some of the popular DeFi protocols on Flare that are incentivized with rFlare. We got Blaze Swap, Kinetic, SparkDex, Scepter. Claim your rewards on portal.flare.network. Hit the emissions tab and select a project from SparkDex, Blaze, Kinetic, or Enos and see if you have any rFlare rewards available to claim. We got the Block Bull XRP range over the past 17 months, 40 cents to 75.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's a Block Bull right about now. Just a quick market update. You can see our range for the XRP price action. So this has been playing out since the beginning of May last year. So that particular low for this range is 42.43 cents, and the high of our range is 74.75 cents. So we're literally pinballing. Last time we actually tagged the top here. We obviously rolled down. We tagged the bottom. So this is why I believe we're slowly making our way up to the top here. 74.75 cents before elections, before we roll over into the apex. I've been saying all along since May of this year, 35 to 36 weeks after the Bitcoin halving is when we see the explosion in price action. So don't expect XRP to go anywhere soon. If you are buying XRP below 60, 61 cents, you have got an amazing buy. All the best, guys.
With that being said, XRP break the 40 cent line could spell trouble. Break 70 cents and it's go time. Couple resistant levels to look out for after we break off into the 70s is the dollar mark, then around the $2 mark, and then all-time highs at around 350 to 380 for XRP. Still holding in a range, still in a bull cycle. Watch out for the end of the year for a nice pop. With that being said, the longer they take, the higher we climb on that XRP. Rich list, where will those bags be when that regulation jar molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? Big bags. Later, glitches.